I think the other day that I saw one of the most interesting episodes of television that I've seen in a while. And that is this episode of Sun in Philadelphia, where the gang tries to, quote-unquote, turn up the heat. So, if you don't know Sun in Philadelphia, it's basically this comedy show about four assholes. Four assholes on a bird, I guess. And they're trying... The bird's an asshole too, by the way. But it's about five assholes, and they have a bar, and they just fuck around. And what I love about the story and about the show is that, yeah, the characters are unhinged. Not just that, they're shitty people. Not just that, they kinda slap. Like, the jokes are incredibly funny, and the comedy is, like, varied. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? Would you like a gold? Look at his flat face. Look at his long ass face. That's what you're gonna give me? Have another. Have another! Aha! What are you gonna give me? Two nether brick. Okay. Oh, this is way faster. Hell yeah. So, the episode I watched, in this case, has the characters quote-unquote turn up the heat, which I think is really just the... So, Sunny Philadelphia has this thing where the comedy is so varied that they can sometimes decide to do episodes that are more unusual and unexpected. So, one of the things that they did is, some episodes are kind of supposed to be a metaphor. And if you watch Sunny Philadelphia, you kind of know what I mean, right? Like, the episode where they go to a trendy bar, and it's clearly a metaphor for just modern sitcoms and the way they are made. Basel Delta. We have a Basel Delta next to home. I don't like the Basel Delta. Oh, it looks like it keeps going for a while too. So maybe I don't explore in this direction, I explore in that direction. I don't fucking know. This episode has them basically get high on spicy. They start doing peppers. Like, near the start of the episode, they just go like, we need to turn up the heat. And they start doing peppers. Like, hot peppers. They start eating peppers. And they kind of get high from it. And it was an oddly hilarious episode because of course it's supposed to be a metaphor to something, and the entire episode is a metaphor to this idea that the writers have been told, where it's like, no, Sunny Philadelphia needs to be more exciting. They need to turn up the heat for the sake of the, like, whatever the fuck. It's weird and it's kind of awesome. I was kind of fascinated by the entire episode, because it's really funny, and not just funny, like, you can understand it from the metaphoric level. And it's just a really interesting discussion point. The fact that it is true. They have decided that, like, shows have to be more exciting in a non-natural way. In a way they didn't really used to do it. I can get one of these two things to stay. I don't know why I wanted two things to be on the corner here. But I did. Well, every zombie in the planet is next to my bed. Oh! It's one of those guys. What are you guys doing? How did you guys spawn? Okay. I need to take care of the zombie with the spear. Being attacked in my bed. Retreat! Tactical retreat! Tactical retreat! You guys are assholes, you know that? I can't even go that deep into the sea because there's bad things happening in there. You have infinite reach. But now you also have no speed. So what you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do, huh? You can hit me with that spear? Stupid idiot. Look at him. Die. There's a drowned here? I didn't want to use this, man. My brand new sword. And you're ruining it for me. It's gonna be morning already. Hey, creeper, hold on. There's gotta be a skeleton around here, right? Skeleton. You. Come. I must... No, 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 no. You're fighting with me, brother. So that skeleton's gonna burn before I can do anything, huh? Where even is the creepo? Here it is. Okay, I can only hit you once with the diamond sword before you actually start to get hurt. Come this way, creepo. Hello, skeleton. Take care of him. No! Hold on. We need to lure the creeper close. No! Why are you burning, man? Stop that. Come on, shoot me. You are a failure of a skeleton. You could have just stayed under the tree and lived. But no, you wanted to die. You wanted to die. Anyways. Woo. Let me actually enchant my sword now, even though it's used. Not my favorite state to use things. Yo, spider. Sharpness 3, unbreaking 3. So, no looting. Breaking 3. Well, I think we're fine with these enchantments. I tend to get better stuff, I'm not even gonna lie. This is a pretty good pickaxe. This is a really good chestplate. But everything else is just kind of whatever. I don't really adore what I'm working with here. But it's something. Anyways. So I guess my next course of action is to keep digging more quartz because we're gonna need it. I need to figure out what I want to do exactly with my starter base. I started, like, sketching the build in the creative world. So in one of the future videos, you may see me in the creative world trying to figure that out. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just do it in secret. I don't know what I want to do. Because that would take time. Anyways, that episode of Sun in Philadelphia, the one that the video is about. I was talking about it, yes. And I thought the episode was like super duper banger. I really, really enjoyed it. Not only because it was funny and kind of meta, I kind of do love that they decided to literally interpret the whole thing. Like, no, you need to be more extreme with your Sunny in Philadelphia-ness. It needs to be more extreme because that's what people like on the ratings nowadays. They have to be unnaturally specific. Kind of like The Bear or 911 The Show. And it's kind of hilarious that they kind of hit it right in the head, didn't they? They did. They absolutely killed it with like their commentary about just the way we've gotten used to shows that are quote-unquote turning up the heat. And it's kind of a ridiculous concept when you ask it out of a show like Sunny in Philadelphia, which is not the kind of show where you turn up the heat. Like, turning up the heat is not a bad thing, right? The show, like Sunny in Philadelphia, makes fun of the bear. But actually, the bear... actually, the bear is pretty good. Like, it's a good show. It's just that the way a lot of other people want to copy it aggressively, that's just not that cool. Why would you try to copy something that you're not, clearly? So, at some point, it's very clear that they told the people, Rob and Dennis, you know, they are the ones who are writing the show most of the time. They told them that they needed to make their show more exciting and more, they needed to turn up the heat. And it's kind of in your nose that the entire episode's a response to that idea. The way the episode starts is by them looking at the camera and going like, I have an idea that I think is pretty reasonable. And then they go off the rails, and it's like, it's clearly that someone told them that it's reasonable for them to quote-unquote turn on the heat with Sunny in Philadelphia, a show that's a sitcom about assholes who have a bar. You know? It's just a good idea for the episode. So what continues to happen in the episode is they get up in an ambulance and pretend to be like the intensive care unit, but they're absolutely high on spicy. They're just spiced out of their fucking minds. So they're not reacting properly to whatever's happening. And it's just funny, man. I personally found it to be very, very funny. And then, meanwhile, Charlie, their other friend, the guy who's played by Charlie Day. Wow, what a... It's crazy that the characters are named like the guy who played them, except for Frank, who's played by Danny DeVito. But that was hilarious in its own way. I mean, you know what block from Minecraft I love that nobody ever talks about? Magma block. I love it. It's such a pretty block. Does it still have that thing where it retains light levels or no? This is the Soul Sand Valley that I get. Look at my Soul Sand Valley. Wow, amazing. So many things. I'm starting to think my nether sucks. Well, I am surrounded by basalt delta, aren't I? Oh boy. That's not gonna be cool. So it's just a nice episode that's meant to kind of parallel the idea of turning up the heat on stuff where the heat doesn't need to be turned up. And I just found it to be one of the most interesting episodes of the newer season. The newer season didn't entirely make me like applaud. I think the show right now is really lacking a Charlie Day's type, like Charlie's Day type episode. Charlie Work, never mind. It's lacking an episode like Charlie Work or like the one with Mac doing his interpretative dance about him being gay as fuck. It's missing that, but for D. And there's another episode in the season that kind of gave me the same vibes of like, oh, it's supposed to be half meta. which is that one episode where they're pretending that they're gonna go on the reality show. Well, they think they're gonna go on the reality show. So they start bringing in test audiences to gonna react to their dinner interactions so they can act like normal people on TV. And that episode is clearly also supposed to be meta. And I found it funny because it's true, right? In that video they have D being in that episode they have D being funny generally. And I like that. I think that's really the show's way of saying that they don't give D enough spotlight. Which is kind of what I think, right? I think D should have just a tiny bit more spotlight in, like, Sunny Philadelphia in general. Because let's be honest, she's a funny character. She's a funny character and she's not getting at all the recognition she would otherwise deserve. At least that's the way I see it. I see it as, you know, they need to give her that one episode, that one wow episode that every other character has gotten. Dennis has gotten his wow episode. Charlie has gotten his wow episode. Mac has gotten his wow episode. We need a D wow episode. An episode where you watch and it's D and it's fun and you go wow at D. And whatever the heck she's doing. It's kind of, that would be kind of cool, man. I don't know. And now I need to find my portal, and I don't know where it is. I spun myself around by going on a journey. And I can't see shit because of the lighting in real world. If I go this way, what am I gonna find? Am I gonna find anything cool? I need to start doing villager stuff. There we go. Real Solson Valley stuff. I only have some wood to signify the entrance here. But I probably should. Yo, any happy ghast around? I will take these. They're gonna be good for the build. I haven't even considered using them. Why? Warped fungus here. There is no warped forest around. Give me this. You can't just not make me pick it up, dude. If I wanted this because I want it. Oh, but you know what? I think we're gonna venture into here next time. See ya. Ah, yeah, the episode of Sunny Philadelphia. I didn't say. Really good. Totally recommend it. I wish they do the good episode. This episode with the peppers was really incredible. Love the whole meta thing. I kind of hope to see a video essay about it soon. Okay, now see ya.